Welcome back. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic, distance and displacement. Before that, I asked you a question in the last video that are we at rest or in motion? You might have think about that, and you may have the opinion like we are at rest, or some may have opinion like we are in motion because the blood in our vessel is moving, or something like that. Or some of you might have reach at the right conclusion. Let us discuss about the concept that are we at rest or in motion. But keep in mind, nothing in this universe is at rest. Everything is moving. Okay, so to understand the answer of this question, let us consider an example. Suppose a bus is moving on a road. This is a bus and it is moving on a road. There are some assumptions. The bus has no noise and bus is moving at very high speed. There are number of passengers in this bus. Okay, so we are observing this moving bus from outside. We all are observing from outside. According to the passengers in the bus, they all are at rest with respect to each other. If this is the first, second, third and fourth, according to first, second is at rest. According to second, third is at rest. According to the third, first, second, and all the other passengers are at rest, even though the bus is moving or not moving. But we are observing this bus when it is moving. Okay, so मैं की क्या जो बस मूव करती आ ये सारे पैसेंजर्स जो भी पैसेंजर्स है एक दूजे ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖਣਗੇ ਤੇ ਰੈਸਟ ਤੇ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ observe ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਬਾਹਰੋਂ when we are observing from outside then we will definitely say the all passengers are in motion even though they are at rest with respect to each other, but according to us that we are observing this bus from outside, they all are in motion. Similar is the case with us. This is sun and here is the earth revolving around the sun. Earth is not only revolving, it is also spinning like this. If this is sun and here this is the earth, it is spinning and revolving around sun. Not only this, even the system is moving, even the solar system is moving. So if the person observe us outside the bus, outside the earth, when someone observe us outside the earth, then he will definitely say we are in a motion. But when we will observing each other and we say we are in motion, because like this is a body and its position is not changing with respect to standing. So I will say this is at rest. If its position it's changing with respect to me, so or you can say immediate standing, so this body is said to be in motion. I hope the answer is clear. It's still not clear, try to find out the answer and ask me. I will help to discuss this in more detail. Let us start with distance and displacement. Distance and displacement both represent length, but both have different approaches. To understand the distance and displacement, I will again give you an example and the whole concept will clear to you. Suppose you are living in this house. Okay, so this is the direction. And you are working somewhere outside with your friend. Okay. Your friend don't know about your house, that where your house is. While working, whatever you are doing, while working, you suddenly come to know that you forget some important things at home, and you ask your friend to bring that things from your home. Obviously, he's your friend and he will never say no to you, and he will move. And you will say, my house is 50 kilometer or say 20 kilometer from here. Go and bring that important stuff for you. He will go to your house. But here you said 50 kilometer or 20 kilometer. He may move in this direction. He may move in this direction. He may move in this. He may move in this direction, or like this. He may move and reach at your house. Even he will cover. He has covered the more distance than 50 kilometer. This time you give the instruction like your house is a 50 kilometer away, or say 20 kilometer away. But if you will say, from here my house is 20 kilometer towards northwest direction, then he will cover a shortest and directed distance to reach your house. At this time, when he covered the path to reach from point A to point B, the path followed by your friend is known as a distance. But the shortest and directed distance covered by a body between 2 points is known as a displacement. ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਦੋ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਦੇ ਵਿਚਕਾਰ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਦੂਰੀ ਤੈਅ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੋਵੇ, ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਪਾਥ ਕਵਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਵੇ, ਕਿਸੇ ਦੋ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਦੇ ਵਿਚਕਾਰ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਪਾਥ ਕਵਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਵੇ, ਉਸ ਪਾਥ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਹਾਂ? ਡਿਸਟੈਂਸ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਡਿਸਟੈਂਸ ਛੋਟਾ ਤੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਹੋਵੇ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਆ ਆਪਾਂ? ਡਿਸਪਲੇਸਮੈਂਟ। Here, in the case of distance, you just give the magnitude. But in case of displacement, you give magnitude plus direction. So this displacement is a vector quantity, whereas this distance is a scalar quantity. I hope it's clear. Let us discuss more about distance and displacement with some different examples and try to find out the answers of that examples. Suppose you are trying to move from A to B, and when you cover this and when you cover this path, which will be the distance and which will be the displacement? The answer. Suppose you are at BA and you are trying to reach at C. You may follow this path, or you may follow this and then this. If you follow this path, what we call this? And if you follow this path, what we call this? Give the answer of these questions. I hope the distance, the concept of distance and displacement is clear to you. If still not, ask the questions. I will clear your doubts. Next is the difference between distance and displacement. Keep in mind, distance will be noted by S and displacement will be noted by S vector, or it may be X or X vector or whatever it is. The first point is the magnitude of displacement is either equal to or less than the distance. ਜਿਹੜਾ displacement ਦਾ magnitude ਆ, ਉਹ distance ਤੋਂ ਘੱਟ ਜਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਹੀ ਹੋਊਗਾ, ਤੇ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ। For example, a person start point X and wants to reach at Y. He cover that first person cover the distance like this. First A, then B, then C, and then Y. And another is like this. Let X to A is 20 meter, A to B is 30 meter, B to C is 10 meter, and C to Y is 15 meter. And X to Y directly say 50 meter. So obviously when he cover the distance, obviously this will be the distance x to a to b, a to c. Even though if we directly move from x to y, this is a displacement, but we will call this distance also. This is also a distance. So when he cover the path like this, so he has covered the distance 20 plus 30 plus 10 plus 15. 50, 60 and 75. He has covered the 75 meter distance. When he covered the shortest and directed distance between 2 points, that will be the 50 meter. So here we will say this is the distance and this is the displacement. At this time, displacement is less than the distance. But if he has no any option, then he will directly move from x to y. Then this is distance and displacement. Distance and displacement is same. So here, so from this discussion we can say the magnitude of displacement is either equal to or less than the distance. ਜਿਹੜਾ displacement ਦਾ magnitude ਆ ਉਹ distance ਤੋਂ ਘੱਟ ਜਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਕੀ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਬਰਾਬਰ. The second point is distance is always positive, but displacement can be positive or negative. While we discuss the concept of scalar and vectors, I told you vector quantities can be positive or can be negative. That negative means if displacement is positive in this direction, then negative will be in this direction. Okay, so distance, the scalar quantity, so it is always positive. The third is displacement can be zero even if the distance is not zero. It's very important and try to understand carefully. As we discussed, displacement is vector quantity. It can be positive or it can be negative. It means that when a body starts from point A and reach at point B, so here the displacement say 20 meter, and when it come back it will cover displacement say minus 20 meter. So when a body reaches back to its starting point, so its total displacement is 0, that is plus 20 or minus 20, whereas the distance traveled by body while when it reaches back to its starting point is 20 plus 20, that is 40 meter. We have understood ਜਦੋਂ ਕੋਈ body ਆਪਣੇ starting point ਤੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ, ਇਹਦੀ displacement 0 ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਟਾਈਮ displacement ਇੱਕ ਵੈਕਟਰ ਕੁਆਂਟੀਟੀ ਹੋਣ ਦਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਹੋਣੀ ਆ ਤੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਉਹਨੇ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵ. ਪਰ distance ਤੇ ਇੱਕ scalar quantity ਉਹਨੇ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ positive ਰਹਿਣਾ. So 20 plus 20 will be 40 meter. Total distance ਕਿੰਨਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ 40 meter ਤੇ displacement ਕਿੰਨੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗੀ 0. Displacement will be 0. Let me give you more example. Suppose a person start from point A, cover a circular path and reach at starting point A after covering the path. What will be its distance and what will be its displacement? Displacement क्योंकि जिस पॉइंट तो चलिया उसे पॉइंट पे वापस आ गया, reached back to its original starting point, so its displacement will be 0. But distance कितना होगा 2 pi r, that is the circumference of the circle. 2 pi, that is 2 pi, that is 22 upon 7, and r is the radius. What will be the radius? That will be the distance covered, but displacement is 0 because it reaches back to its starting point. Keep in mind. Okay, so I hope the concept of distance and displacement is clear. Take your notebook and try to write down the difference between distance and displacement, and write at least 5 difference, and revise the concepts that we discussed. If you feel that any concept is not clear to you, let me know. I will explain the concepts again and try to make you more clear about the concept. Thank you.